Alright, let me see if I can do a good job of explaining kind of the eyesores that bug me. I guess we'll just start with this portion of the car and kind of work our way around, try to give you a good picture of what I'm talking about. We'll start off here. One of the little things that's bugged me is where this fender meets this front of the bumper. Basically it needs to be bumped out a little bit and just leveled off. Not a really big deal, just I haven't had time to fix it. Come down the rims. I might as well show you the rims. There really isn't any curb damage, so they're in pretty good shape. Front tires are pretty good. One thing that's always bugged me is the overspray on the fender. I know they're like $40 a fender, I just haven't bought it. I planned on this summer buying new front fenders because of the overspray on both sides. And then as you look, you can see the overspray here, and you see a gap right here because of this fender. I don't know. I didn't really notice it when he was working on the project, but you know, as it sits in my garage and you walk out, you see certain things over and over and over. So I'm basically planning on closing this gap up a little bit. Not a huge deal, just work. As we make our way up, all new, basically trim, window trim here. You see my finger, T-top trim here, brand new T-bar here, brand new quarter panel trim here. Another eyesore that I don't like is the door handle on the outside. There's some flakiness going on here. Not really flaking, but just where it doesn't look solid. So that needs to be fixed. I looked online, and I think it's Concept Z Performance, and looked for new door handles. And the keyhole looks pretty raunchy. I'm not really too impressed with that. Something that's always kind of been there is this on, I don't know what pillar this is, but right here you can see it's not black. It's part of the door, so I don't know if you have to get a new door. And then you can see where this trim meets up. This door probably needs to be raised on its hinges and realigned. Something else, as you look at the car, you can see here, right by the windshield seal, there's a white line right here that kind of was touched up all the way down. That's basically where it was taped off, and kind of have some imperfections going along across the car on the window seal. What else? Here's a shot of the back rim. As you can see, it's pretty clean. I ended up paying roughly, I don't know if it was, I want to say $1,800 with tires and rims, but it might have been a little bit less than that, maybe $1,200 to $1,500. On the rear spoiler, the TT spoiler, there's a couple imperfections back here where you see my finger. Can't really see it, it's just dark. It kind of looks like a burn spot when you're buffering, or but there's a couple spots right there. I replaced the bumper with a OEM bumper. That's pretty good. I got the smoke tail lights, which I like the look of. Nothing really on the back. It basically just needs a good cleaning and good buff. As you get the carbon from the exhaust, kind of stays on the car in the rear here. Back here, if you can see, the rear bumper is kind of tucked inside the rear quarter panel. That basically just needs to be pulled out and kind of fastened down. As I look, I didn't notice it before, but you can see a couple runs right here on this rear spoiler. There's a couple spots below the seal. I don't know if I need to hit this seal or hit this trim down to cover that up, but it's right where the paint meets the body, so it looks like it's sitting up a little high, so it kind of needs to be brought back down to cover that up. And same thing here, looks like the door needs to be brought back up to align those two edges. Same thing with the door handles, the paint here and the hole. Looks like there's a couple spots right here that I haven't noticed, kind of flaking or cracking. Just kind of giving you a shot of the car so you can see it. I mean, it's 1990, so we know what comes with it, but what else can I show you? Down here, been a big eyesore. You see where the skirt doesn't come over and meet up with this front fender, and then you see a couple spots right here, like needle spots on the paint, where it didn't cover very well. And then back here behind it, I don't know what's going on there, but what really needs to happen is that the skirt needs to come off. The front fender needs to be replaced because you get the same overspray, and basically the amount that you have right there, the skirt needs to go back, and that basically cleans up your slop. This rim over here looks good, pretty clean. Only other thing I can show you is on the fog ducts. As I look, I see another little run right here. You can see another, as I'm looking and finding things, you can find a gap right here that needs to be closed up and tightened. Not a really big deal. You can see the ducts back here. It's kind of black. It's like he painted them and installed them first and then painted them, and the paint didn't get all the way back behind there. So you see I see a good outline kind of back in here. Both ducts are like that. So what else? Probably needs a new trim right here to cover that up. Down here on the bumper, it looks like the paint back here could be better. Way back here, see my fingers where I'm pointing, could be better. And then over here I noticed that this piece over here is rubbing. I actually have a mesh grill inserts that I wanted to install. I just haven't installed them yet, so I'm supposed to cover that all up. Other than that, I mean, that's the car. You know, it's 22 years old. I didn't pay for a professional paint job, so I kind of got my money's worth, because there was rust on the car before, which is taken care of. There was a rear quarter panel near the door back here. Back here needed to be kind of pulled out a little bit. And back on the rear of the car, there was a fake gas cap right in here that needed to be patched up. But other than that, I mean, that's the car. So to me, I see it every day. I want to get it fixed, just haven't had time to fix it. Even thought about buying my own paint sprayer and getting into that. That's probably my next step, is painting my own parts, because we both know that gets expensive. And you know, if you're working on your own stuff, you do the best work. You pay somebody else, and they don't do as good a job because they don't pay attention to detail like you would. So, I mean, that's the car. Hopefully, you don't think it's over the top, but I definitely wanted to make sure you knew what you were going to get, because I don't want any surprises. I don't want to be stressed out worrying about what you think when you see this car. I mean, we can look at it right now, and it's a sexy car. So, oh, one last thing that's always bugged me for some reason, the only spots on the car, right here, you can see there's a couple, you can barely see it, but there's a couple ripples here, as far as, and I don't know why he didn't bondle it or knock them out to where, you don't see the ripples, but sometimes in the perfect daylight on an angle, when you have the right shadows, you can see some ripples on both sides of the doors, which I don't know why those were in there. Maybe he didn't see them. The guy was an older guy, but I don't know, it's always bugged me when I look at the car at a certain angle, you can see those kind of dings or the ripples. So they're on both sides. You can't see them only when you're on that specific angle, and I know you know what I'm talking about. So that's all I got right now. Let me know if you want to see something, but hopefully that kind of clears out what I'm talking about. So, alright, thanks, bye.